I offer my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagawan, dearest Swami, respected elders, dear brothers and sisters. What a beautiful place, what a beautiful moment, what a wonderful feeling. As I stepped into this hall, the PA system was playing a bhajan. Bhagat vatsal tero naam o Sai. Though I had not planned for it, hearing that bhajan triggered a beautiful thought that I had come across some time ago. That bhajan has an alap, The alap goes as Har pal har kshan bhool kare hum pag pag thokar khaye ek pag aage do pag piche sai tum tak kaise aaye. It means every moment, O Lord, I keep making mistakes and I face obstacles, because of which every time I take a step forward, I take 2 steps backward. And that is why tum tak kaise aaye. It means, how can I ever reach you? But the beauty of the Hindi language is, right, on one hand it means, how can I ever reach you? Because every time I take 1 step forward, I am taking 2 backwards. But in Hindi, tum tak kaise aaye can also mean, Lord, how then did I get to you? Every moment I take a step forward, I am taking 2 back. And yet I have reached you. How did I reach you, O Lord? How did I reach you? And that answer is there in the next line. Tum tak kaise aaye karuna sagar. You are an ocean of love. That is why you are an ocean of love, and that is why though I take a step towards you and take 2 backwards, I have still reached you. Because as Swami says, take 1 step towards me, I will take 100 towards you. And all of us seated here in our own ways have taken that 1 step towards Swami. And it might be in different situations, different circumstances. It could possibly that 1 step was taken by our parents or possibly our grandparents. But in reward for that, we are still benefiting. When I think of my own case, this 1 step was taken by my uncle, my father's eldest brother. I just felt because of this to quickly share that one episode. My father is the 6th in the family, so my father's eldest brother is very elder to him, 20-25 years elder. In 1962 or 1963, I think, he was transferred from the city of Bangalore in India to Kolkata. And back in those days, traveling to Kolkata meant traveling to another country, so far and so away from the family, and he didn't want to travel there. So he tried his best to influence the decision and change the transfer. Can he stay back in Bangalore? And however hard he tried, with all the influence, with all coaxing, cajoling, everything failed, and he was stuck to this decision that he has to go to Calcutta. One night, very worried, when he goes to bed, he has a dream. And in that dream, he sees a person walking with a decorated bull, playing a musical instrument. This is a common sight in India. They are called Haridasas, and they go around singing the name of the Lord. Hari Naam Gaate Chalo, Sai Naam Gaate Chalo. They keep going, singing. Their duty is to remind society that whatever job you're doing, don't forget God. Ultimately, that is what it is. All these other things are transient. And in exchange for that, society would give them food, clothing, shelter, help them. So one Haridasa comes in my uncle's dream and tells him, don't worry, it'll all be fine. And my uncle wakes up and, oh, it's just a dream. But he's feeling very peaceful and nice. Oh, something nice it is. But the reality has not changed. So he goes to his office, he's returning. A couple of days later, when he's returning from office, he sees near one Rama temple in a place called Sheshadripuram in Bangalore. This Rama temple still exists to this day. There is a small gathering of about 50-100 people. There is a pandal that has been put up and somebody is delivering a talk. And my uncle is riding his scooter, and while passing he just looked. He looked and his jaw dropped. Because standing and speaking on stage there was that same Haridasa who had come in his dream with a bull and told him, don't worry. It was the same orange dress, the same curly mop of hair, and he was just bewildered. Just imagine that. You see some stranger in your dream and 2 days later you meet him. What a bizarre coincidence that is, right? So he got down from the scooter and he went there and he made enquiries. Who is this person? This is Sathya Sai Baba. Oh, who is Sathya Sai Baba? Oh, you don't know? He's part 2 of Shirdi Sai Baba. That's how Swami was introduced to him. Okay. Oh, where does he stay? Who is he? He's God. He's God. Yeah. Somebody said he's Guru. Okay. Where does he stay? This is the place Puttaparthi. Oh, he had no clue what is Puttaparthi. But when he came back home that day, he doesn't remember anything what was Swami speaking. Because he was just too stunned by this. Lord Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvidam bhajante mam janaha sukrutino Arjuna. Meaning, oh Arjuna, 4 types of devotees seek me. Artha, Artharthi, Jignasu, Jnani cha Bharatarshabaha, he says. Artha are those who are troubled. They are having so many troubles, any trouble it can be. They seek me. Artharthi are those who are wanting success, wanting money, wanting fame, wanting name. Second category. Third, Jignasu are having burning questions, existential questions. Without those questions getting answered, they can't be at peace. And the fourth are the Jnanis. The Jnanis are there because they know that the Lord is the ultimate and they just want proximity with the Lord, that's all. So that is the ideal type of devotee. But the good news is, Krishna tells Arjuna 4 types of devotees seek me, which means most of us happen to be in the first 3 categories. We are also devotees, Abba, thank God. Thank you for that much, Swami. So my uncle possibly was the Artharthi kind of devotee. He wanted some changes in his career and he hoped that it would go that way. And here was this bizarre happening. My uncle's dream, a stranger comes and a few days later he sees that same stranger giving a talk and he gets to know that this stranger is Sathya Sai Baba. So he decided that I will travel and go to Puttaparthi. Where is Puttaparthi? He makes his enquiries, finds out it's a 11-hour journey to go to Puttaparthi. So he would stay in a place called Vayalikaval in Bangalore, but he decided that I will go. Let us see. I will go if this person happens to be God. I will check whether he can cancel my transfer. This is what Swami would later tell in his discourses as you going to the Kalpa Vriksha and asking for coffee powder. The wife wakes up the husband and says, guests are coming home, we don't have coffee powder, go. And he goes out and it's a strike, it's a bandh that day. And all the shops are closed and he's so worried. How does he get back home and face his wife? And then he is lost in thought, his head hits a tree and child, he hears a voice. Who is that? It is me, I am Kalpa Vriksha. Oh, wow, a speaking tree. Yes, ask whatever you seek and it shall be granted. Give me 2 kilos of coffee powder. Gets back home and gets scolded by his wife. His wife tells, you should have asked for a coffee estate. When we mock at somebody asking foolishly, it is because we think we are wise, but ours is also foolish. Our desires don't grow in their loftiness, they just grow in their size. When I'm small, I cry for a $60 car. I grow big and cry for a $60,000 car. That's all, the size of my toy grows. So here my uncle wanted this, and he thought, okay, if this person is God, let me see if he can do something about my transfer. And he travelled to Puttaparthi, barely 300-400 people there. Swami calls him for an interview, and before he can open his mouth, Swami told my uncle, I know you are very worried, don't worry. You want to stay all your life in Bangalore? Yes, Swami. That's it. No, all the thing is gone, melted, already hands have come, and yes, Swami. You will be in Bangalore all your life. That's it. He came back, stayed in Bangalore. That's it, father, everybody became devotees. Interestingly, in 2015 or 16, or maybe earlier, 2010 or 11, he decided that enough, I don't want anything, I'll just buy one small flat in Puttaparthi and I will stay in Puttaparthi, that's all I want. And at that time I was already in Puttaparthi, so he was trying to enlist the help of my father, myself, and also that he can shift. He tried so hard, he just could not. 2016 he passed away in Bangalore only. Because Swami said, you want to be all your life in Bangalore? He said, yes. So dear brothers and sisters, beware what you ask Swami. I say beware what you ask because it will be granted. That is why better not to ask. Swami would say, Adugakuve o manasa, Adugakuve o manasa. Oh mind, don't ask. Because what you are going to ask is far lesser than what I am planning to give you. I had this realization in college. I was introduced as a photographer. If you go through the pages of my life, the experiences, you will realize that I am not a photographer. He just chose to grant me some photos. My father, I told my father I want this camera, and I had liked one particular model of a camera. He had got that camera for me. And I had clicked a few photographs of Swami. But I was not happy with the result. It was a 35mm fixed lens camera. And if Swami walks little away, he'll come like a small, I don't know, in India we get this Nataraj pencil. It will be red with a black tip. I don't know. But anyway, basically Swami comes like one orange line with one black dot, that's all. So I wanted a camera which had a little bit of a zoom. So I saw one day in the newspaper there was an advertisement, and I went to my dad and said, Dad, for my next birthday I want this camera. My dad said, listen Aravind, I think I have got a better idea. I said, no Dad, I want this only. I want this camera. But just listen to me. No Dad, I want this camera. Okay, he got me that camera. It had a small zoom. You press one button, it will come. And Swami will come little closer. But with that camera, the Nataraj pencil just got 1 meter closer, that's all. I didn't get the kind of photographs like these. And within few months, I was again disappointed. So I told my dad, my next birthday, just 5 months old, next birthday, I want this camera. And my dad told me, Aravind, just listen to me. Dad, I want this camera. Said, shut up and listen. Okay. I will get you a camera, which is good. But Dad, I will get you a camera. And then when he got a camera for me, again my breath was taken away because it was a Nikon SLR camera with a removable lens, changeable lenses. And this was something with which he used to do photography. I never dreamt in my wildest dreams that I have even the, the awqat, they say in Hindi, like I have the ability to even handle such a thing, or I have the deservedness to get such a camera. But my dad had planned that camera for me, and I said, Dad, you're giving this camera? He said, yeah, this is what I wanted to give you also. You are going and catching some, that's why I told you to shut up and take. I was very grateful and never looked back after that. But that is when it hit me, if my worldly father can be like this, how will my divine father be? Why do I even ask anything from my divine father? Just shut up. Just shut up and God will give the best. As I said, my uncle, Artha possibly. When I speak of Artha, and possibly instead of going into Artha and Jignasu separately, I thought of a combination of Artha and Jignasu. Artha is one who is troubled and Jignasu is one who is having wisdom and seeking knowledge. A combination of these possibly is Professor Narayan Kasturi, Swami's biographer, Swami's translator, who came in the 1940s. The story of how he came is so beautiful, so interesting, so nice. Some of you might have read it, some of you might have heard it, but it is beautiful to relive it again. In 1947, when India became independent, he lost his youngest son, who had just completed his education, college education, and he was devastated. Professor Kasturi was devastated. Professor Kasturi is a literary giant. In fact, in India, we have something called All India Radio. It is called Akashavani. Akashavani means the sound from the skies. In the olden times, when Krishna was going to be born and Kamsa is trying to kill, he hears, hey, the 8th child is going to kill you. That is the Akashavani. Means the voice from the sky. This term Akashavani was something that was composed, or it was termed by Professor Kasturi. He's a Gyanpith Award winner. He's a man of great achievements, literary achievements. But he was now in depression, having lost his son. And at that time, he used to go to the Ramakrishna mission. And one of the monks in the Ramakrishna order came and told him, Kasturi, the Lord who has caused you this pain, himself will heal you of this pain. And he's listened to him, but in his mind he thought, this pain can never be healed. This pain can never be healed. And then, that time, one of Professor Kasturi's dead son's classmate, who happened to be travelling and coming to Bangalore, stopped at a station called Dharmavaram, went to Puttaparthi, and he got called in for an interview. And in that interview, Swami tells him, do you know this friend of yours, he has passed away? And he did not know that. And Swami tells him, yes, here, take these vibhuti packets, go and give it to the father Kasturi. And this friend comes to Bangalore and comes to Professor Kasturi, who used to stay in a place called Wilson Garden. So he goes to him and says, Swami has given this. Which Swami? Bhagawan Sathya Sai Baba Puttaparthi. Oh, for me, yes, he told for Kasturi. How does he know my name? Oh, he knows everybody's names. Professor Kasturi was like, he writes there. What is his name? Sai Baba. Sai. In Kannada, Sai means go and die. When you get upset on someone, you tell, hey, oh, Sai, you will tell. Hey, go and die, man. So Professor Kasturi remembers that Sai, because the death has happened. And he says, to a father who has picked the ashes of his own son, what will this packet of ashes do? So he's not interested in this at all. But he doesn't want to throw it. So he gets to know that there's some Shirdi Sai devotee nearby. He tells you, put ash. No, there's also some ash thing. Gives him that ash and that's it. He's done with that. So Swami tried once, he could not. But next time Swami comes in a magical manner, which Professor Kasturi happily accepts. What happens? I will cut that long story short because I want to share some of the things. But basically, his daughter is in love with a person who is not ready to get married to this daughter because the father doesn't want. The father of the groom, the father of the boy, wants to marry him to somebody else. Not to Professor Kasturi's daughter, because Professor Kasturi, despite his great literary achievements, doesn't have much in terms of financial achievements. So he doesn't want his son to get married to a poor girl. Now this person, Parameshwara Iyer, happens to be a devotee of Bhagawan Sathya Sai Baba. So one night, he gets a dream where Swami comes to him and tells, I am in Vrindavan, come tomorrow for darshan. He gets up, the Lord has invited me. And he goes to Vrindavan for darshan. And in the darshan, Swami comes and calls him for an interview. Oh! And he goes to the interview and Swami says, what are you doing? In full anger. Huh? You are going and telling Kasturi that you will find another boy for that girl. Your son better marry her, otherwise see what will happen to you. So that man says, okay, right today. So the man who had refused runs to Professor Kasturi's house, falls on his knees and says, can your daughter please marry my son? What happened? No, last night Sai Baba came in my dream. Oh, he came in your dream. And Professor Kasturi writes in his loving God, when the mind is asleep, when the brain is asleep, the mind will play tricks. He says, I can't believe that this elderly gentleman is believing that in the dream he called. Then what happened? Then when I went there, I got blasted. I was told that I should marry my son to your daughter. Okay. Inside he is bursting with joy. Outside he says, okay. And he goes and tells his wife, hey, listen, this Sai Baba is worth cultivating. Very useful. He's very useful. Not only do they get married, Swami conducts the wedding at Pathamandiram in 1950. That is how Professor Kasturi was introduced to Swami. He came to Swami. And what he became. Again, I will just narrate one little incident. His daughter Padmini, who got married here, Padmamma we call her, Padma Kasturi. She narrates how a time came in their life where everything was ripped apart. Everything. Disease, sickness, illness, own father. So much so that the daughter, imagine the daughter of Professor Kasturi goes to Professor Kasturi and says, Dad, why are you going behind this Swami? What have we got by following Swami? This has happened. So many, there's a huge list. And she tells that he told her, you have your right to be upset. But what can I do? He is God. He is God, which means what he is doing is good for me. That is the Jnani that Professor Kasturi became towards the end of his life. When he started off as an Artha person with a lot of sorrow. Anyway, when we hear all these stories, possibly one question that comes in mind is, yeah, these are amazing stories. It's very nice to listen to. It's good to enjoy, but what today? Today I can't go to Puttaparthi and see Swami. It's over. That saga, that story ended as of now 14 years back. Yeah, we know God is everywhere, God is all powerful, yes, but that's not there, right? What now? Let me share another incident from Professor Kasturi's life. To begin the answer to this question, what now? Now what do we do? After his daughter got married, Swami performed the wedding. Professor Kasturi became regular in his travels to Puttaparthi from Bangalore. On one such occasion when he had travelled, Swami turns to him and asks him, Kasturi, when you cool milk by pouring it from glass to glass, this is one way they do. Pour it like sorry. Does it taste better? Or if you cool milk by keeping that cup in a bowl of water so that the heat dissipates in the water, does that taste better? Swami asked this to Professor Kasturi. And Professor Kasturi is like, I have no clue. First of all, I never thought that milk will taste differently based on how it is cooled. And he is thinking, no, so first of all, I'll need to have one milk that is boiled. Then we'll need two people to simultaneously cool it in these two ways. Then we will need an expert taster, not any ordinary person, because your taste may vary. I will tell this is awesome, you will tell it's horrible. So we'll need an expert certified taster to taste and tell which is better. And I don't know if this experiment has ever been done. Even as he's thinking all this, Swami tells, Kasturi, don't think so much. Just ask your mother. But tell her what she is doing is wrong. Okay, Swami. So he gets back to Bangalore, and as it is always the practice, his wife and mother come and tell, what happened, Swami? He says, yeah, all this happened. But interestingly, Mom, Swami is asking whether milk tastes better this way by cooling from glass to glass or by putting in water. Already tears are coming in the mom's eyes. No, he told that the way you are doing it is wrong. And then the mother says, every day we offer milk to Swami. And not only is it being offered, every day the milk level is going down also in the glass. And Professor Kasturi is thinking, how is this happening? Maybe some cat is drinking here or there. But no cat. Maybe it's evaporating. Now, how can it evaporate different levels, different days? Don't know. This is Swami is drinking. Then, that is what proves to them that Swami is receiving the Naivedyam that they are keeping. Mother, how do you cool the milk? No, I keep it in a bowl of cold water and allow it to cool. That is wrong. So milk tastes better when it is poured from glass to glass. So I was wondering, why is this? How does it taste different? This is my thoughts. So Professor Kasturi's story stops there. How can milk taste different when it is glass to glass? So one explanation I came up with is when you do from glass to glass, right? You'll see on top one big froth will get formed. And people, they drink that, and they seem to relish that. So maybe that is why, that froth, that aeration that happens in the coffee or tea or milk, that is what brings the taste. But when I thought deeper, this is the answer that got inspired in me. I feel that tastes better because it involves effort. God loves effort when we do any effort for Him. This requires no effort, just put in water and go away. It will cool after 2 minutes. Here you are putting the effort. And whenever any effort is done, right, Swami is happy. That's why Swami would say, do Namasmarana. Do Namasmarana means sit and think. Om Shri Sai Ram. Om Sai Ishwaraya Vidmahe. Sathya Devaya Dhimahi. Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Don't put it on loop in a tape recorder and play it. It'll just be playing. That MP3 player will get moksha. We won't get. Lord wants the effort. It's good. Better than saturating the airwaves with film songs, it's better to have the name of the Lord. But if I want to please the Lord, put in the efforts. Sing the bhajan. Oh, seva is going on, I'll donate 300 Australian dollars. No, go. Go, bend your back and do seva. Why? Because Swami would say, seva is not for uplift of the people. That is a side benefit, people getting uplifted. Seva is for your own uplift. When you serve others, your ego goes down. You are able to see that same divinity that is there in all. You are able to feel that empathy. And it will make you broad-hearted, make you broad-minded, and help you in your ultimate goal of seeing that one divinity that pervades the whole universe. That is what is moksha. Moksha is moha-kshaya. Moha is attachment, removal of attachment. Attachment comes because of, this is mine, this is not mine. This is my suitcase, so I'll carefully take, but the other suitcase I'll just throw it off the belt. It's not mine. Removal of that makes sure that I will treat every baggage equally. I will treat every person equally. There's only one language, the language of the heart, only one religion, the religion of love. There's only one caste, the caste of humanity. There's only one God, He is omnipresent in everyone and everything. That comes when we remove this moha. That comes when we remove this attachment. So if I have to grow to that level, I have to put effort and do service. I should do the bhajan. So this is what we have to remove, It's not about whether I served 50 people with sandwiches or 100 people with sandwiches. I cannot end world hunger, no. Can I uplift myself? That is what every master has taught. We know the story of Gautam Buddha, Siddhartha, Prince Siddhartha. He sees a sick person, he sees an old person, and he sees a dying person, and he is shattered. He says, this is going to happen to me? What, Dad, you are giving me palace to enjoy, telling me to get married, but ultimately this is going to happen. Ultimately I am going to fall sick, I am going to turn old, and I am going to die. How can I be peaceful if this is my fate? I need to find a solution to this. And he sets about to find a solution. to sickness, old age and death. And now my question is Gautam Buddha a success story? Anybody feels Gautam Buddha is a failure? Because there is still death today, there is still sickness today, and yet nobody feels that Gautam Buddha is a failure. Gautam Buddha is not a failure. Then how do you explain sickness, old age and death in the world? What answer did he find? He didn't change the world. He changed his world. He changed his world. And once you change your world, anybody comes in touch with you, their world also gets touched and changed. Gautam Buddha set out in the beginning to end sickness, old age and death. He ended it in a manner that he had not thought at that time. That's why he is the enlightened one. He himself gave up his body. So this is what it is. Anything that we do as bhajan, namasmarana on the devotional path, as satsang or study circle on the path of knowledge, or whether it is distribution of food or anything that we do as service, all this is for our uplift, not for somebody else. Once we remember this truth, the priorities get automatically set. Why did I narrate Professor Kasturi's story when the question came as to what now? Because we think, now what do we do that Swami is physically not there? Forgetting the fact that when Swami was physically there also, it was not as if you are sitting in Melbourne and you have a burning question and you take a flight, go to Puttaparthi and, hey Swami, what do I do? No. You would go and sit, give letters on, nothing will happen. Nobody had ready-made answers. When Swami was in the physical form, when he is not in the physical form, the way to get the answer is through yearning and pining and devotion and craving, that's all. The same route it is. Nothing has changed in that sense. That time possibly through his physical form he would respond. I am not saying that now he won't respond in his physical form, because that would be stupid on my part to say, because I have heard of people's experiences where they have seen him. They have seen him. But he will respond. He will respond. I will share a recent experience. You know, my daughter Bhakti, she was born in 2015, after Swami left the physical. So, before travelling to Australia here, I told her, would you like to give a talk? She said, no. But then she comes and asks, if I have to give a talk, what should I speak? I said, share your experiences with Swami. So, what experience I have got? Any miracles that you have experienced? She began to think. And she recollected a few of them. Oh, this. And I was surprised. I didn't think that she will have some miracles to share. And I felt very happy. I said, yeah, these. Then I realized that, oh, he's been experiencing Swami. And then, as I was about to get up and go to my room, to sleep, she tells, Dad, I'm thirsty, can you get water? I said, Bhakti, pray to the Lord, and the roof will open and water will pour. I told her. She looked at me and said, yes, Varuna Deva, he is the god of water. You pray, he will come. And she tells me, I think that is possible, but I don't think it will happen. I said, yeah, no, that's what. That is where your prayer comes, Bhakti. Do you have faith? If you have faith, it will happen. I am giving her all this advice as if like I have that faith, but I am telling her. I have to set the right example. Right? I told her. She said, okay. So she said she will try, but anyway, it remained dry. So I went and got a glove. I anyway got her water to drink so that she can go to bed. Then I went and slept in my room. This is like not even 15 days back. 2 a.m. my wife comes and wakes me. Aravind, get up. What happened? There's water pouring from the roof. At that time it didn't strike me. I said, water pouring from, how? Like ours is not an independent flat. We are in a flats. We are in the 3rd story of the 21-story building. She said, where? She said, come. She took me to the bedroom, to the attached bathroom. She's there. And it is sounding like some equatorial downpour storm. I said, what's happening? He said, go see. I opened the door and the whole ceiling water pouring like rain from the bathroom. I'm like, how did this happen? Because I am groggy in my sleep still. I went into the shower and that's it, all my sleep went off. Then I realized, so it's a false roof over there. The pipe to the geyser has broken. It has split apart, and since it is a false roof, it has held water for some time. So about 20-30 liters of water has got held, and then it has started from everywhere. Okay, and so I had to remove one and full water poured down. I've got a video of this later, I'll show you. And then I turned off and I went, and I could not sleep after that because I'm thinking, why did that pipe break? Did it get burned? Did it get hit? Is there a rat there? All these other thoughts going on in my head. Because if it is some electrical problem and then some child is open and bhakti, they open the tap and I don't want them to get a shock. I couldn't sleep till 4 a.m. Next morning also I was discussing this with my wife. What has this happened? How is this and all this? When Bhakti wakes up, she comes and tells, hey dad, you said water will come pouring from roof. See, it came off. That is when, oh yeah. Be careful what you ask. Now, it'll look like a coincidence, but why that night? Then my worry went off. I didn't bother to find out why that happened to the pipe. It happened because of this. Because she prayed that there should be water pouring from the roof. And water poured from the roof. So it happens. Water pours from the roof, vibhuti pours from the photos. It continues. What is needed is just that yearning. I'll share one experience from my student days. Again, this is one of my favorite experiences because it teaches a very profound lesson. Some of you might have heard it, some of you might have read it, but I shall share it nevertheless. As I said, even when Swami was physically there and I was a student studying there, having daily darshan, 8 times a week I have darshan because Sunday we have 2 and festival times we have multiple. Despite this, there are so many things I need to tell Swami I am not able to communicate. Because he doesn't look at me, he doesn't take my letter. It's not easy. And devotees like you come from Australia and get one interview possibly or Swami speaks. And then when I meet you people, you'll tell, how lucky you are brother, we came and Swami spoke to us, how wonderful, you are daily here. I'm like, you came and Swami spoke to you. I'm sitting here and warming the Kulwanthal from 2 years, he has not spoken to me. And the grass is green on the other side and you think I'm so lucky to be their student every day having darshan, and I'm like, you guys come once in a while, talk and go, amazing. I'm sitting here, he has not seen my face. Very difficult, daily. A student once had a pimple and Swami said, pimple, and Swami waved his hand, materialized vibhuti and put on that pimple. Pimple. It's so simple, right? Like, what's the big thing in a pimple? And then when I had some tests, I found out I have a hemoglobin deficiency because of a genetic condition called thalassemia. Nothing to be worried about, but at that time I was very worried about. And I got up and told Swami, Swami said, sit down. I'm like, Swami, thalassemia, hemoglobin deficiency, and you don't bother. Pimple, simple that you're giving. Very unfair. But we don't understand this, and what I'm trying to tell is it's not like because Swami is physically not there, we can't. It's always been difficult, and it's always the Lord's wisdom which is far greater than ours. We won't understand at that point in time. Why? Because that simple pimple would be a life-changing thing later on, some way or the other. God doesn't give us what we want, He gives us what we need. So, when all my efforts to, in student terms we would call get into form. Form is a concept possibly borrowed from cricket. Like, when you're in form, you can do nothing wrong. You mistime a shot, it goes for a 6. I don't know. When you're out of form, you hit a beautiful shot, it goes straight and he catches and he's out. So same way, in form, basically a boy who is in form can do nothing wrong. Like, in the mandir, you're all waiting and Swami suddenly comes, so all the students come running in, like a herd of white Cape buffaloes. That's how I first saw the students. A herd of white Cape buffaloes thundering in and occupying all the front seats. We're sitting here from 3 hours. That's what made me feel that I want to be a student. I also want to be a part of that herd of buffaloes who come thundering in. So when they come thundering in, there are some people walking in, maybe an elderly gentleman, he's walking. Now if you are a student who is out of form, you come thundering in and Swami says, bad boy, no eyes, no discrimination, buddhi ledu. See that elderly gentleman is walking. If you had hit him, what would have happened? I didn't hit him. No, but if you had hit him, bad boy, out of form that is. If you are in form, you come thundering, you actually hit that elderly gentleman. The gentleman swivels around like that and somehow regains balance. And Swami doesn't notice it. But there's somebody else who tells Swami, I think the student, some elder will tell, I think Swami, the student should come calm. Sorry to complain, Swami, but this boy hit that elderly gentleman. If it had fallen, Swami, and Swami will turn to that person who is complaining and tell, in this day and age when people go behind movie stars and sports stars and film actresses, do you see youngsters running for God? That should be encouraged. He's in form. He can do nothing wrong. So the goal as a student is I also want to get into form. So when all my efforts to get into form was coming to nothing, was a failure, I came up with my own coping mechanism. My coping mechanism was, I have my Swami in my heart. I'll close my eyes and talk to him. I had a two Swami theory. The two Swami theory is that there are two Swamis. One Swami who is mine, in my heart, belongs to me. The other Swami has come for the world. He has to stay in Yajur Mandir or Purna Chandra or somewhere. He has to talk to everybody. My Swami is only mine. And I would talk to my Swami. I would complain to him anything that I want. Everything. And at night, when I go to bed, I'll tell Swami, come lie down next to me, come hold my hand. And I'll hold his hand. How was the day today? This is what happened, that what happened. This guy is here. Any joke I want to crack, I'll crack with him. It was so beautiful, and believe me, the joy that I experienced was real. You may say that all this is your imagination. Yes, but the joy is very real. I used to be feeling like I'm in the supreme form. My Swami is here, doing everything for me. It was so wonderful. Every night he sleeps with me. Every day we dine together. All the sessions we crack jokes. So much so that, anytime I'm sitting, I just close my eyes, I get Swami's face in my mind's eye. So beautiful. So wonderful. And it goes on. This went on beautifully till a point came when, this is again in the Vrindavan days, when I was studying undergraduate in Vrindavan. One night as I'm going to bed and I'm talking to my Swami, one voice comes and tells, how long you'll keep living in this imaginary world? I'm like, no, this is not him, this is Swami. Keep imagining what this Swami? People fantasize things, you're fantasizing Swami. So even this I'm talking to Swami only, okay? So in my mind when Swami comes, I tell, Swami, you are real, no? Dear one, why suddenly doubt like this? So many years, what happened to you? Now this is also my own imagination. No, I'm your Swami, you're my dear one. You see, usually they say the world is a play where we are all actors and he is the director. In this, I am the director. I am only giving him his dialogues also. I am only speaking on both. I know that. So I am feeling that, no Swami, you don't realize it's imagination. And this happened in a period when Swami was ignoring the students. He was not coming towards the student side during darshan at all. He would walk after devotee side and ignore the student side. So in that lack of attention, in the lack of any experiences or chances with Swami, this doubt also creeps in. So I tell, okay Swami, now I don't know whether I am talking to myself or I am talking to you. But if you are real, then please accept my letter. And Swami says, give. No, not here. In Sai Ramesh hall you accept. Why wait till tomorrow? Give me right now whatever you want to tell, share. No, that is what I want to test. Whether you and that person is the same. I am hoping that you are same, but I don't know. Don't allow doubt. Samshayatma vinashyate. A person who doubts gets destroyed. Swami, I don't know if this is you telling or this is my own knowledge telling me. Like, I know this quotation. Samshayatma vinashyate. So Swami, let's face it, every word that you are speaking is what I am providing you. Okay? You've never spoken anything on your own. So you are just an imagination and I am getting joy from this imagination. No, it is imagination possibly, but I am real. Every word you speak to me, every word I speak, I am responding. Then tomorrow take my letter there. See Aravind, listen. You have been noticing last 2 weeks. Again, you see, this is all my own mind only speaking both sides. You have been noticing, right? Last 2 weeks I have not taken anybody's letter. Yes, there is a reason for that. Okay. Now if I come and take only your letter, everybody will feel jealous of you. That's not good for them. It's not good for you. So you give the letter here. No, Swami, no, don't try this. I want proof that you are real, so let's do this. You are worried that they will feel jealous, right? I will sit in some corner. You come and take the letter in a way that nobody sees. And I promise I will not tell anybody. So nobody has seen, so nobody will feel jealous. And you have taken my letter, so I know that you are real. You are very stubborn. No, Swami, understand, I am in real doubt. Please solve this one doubt once, never again I will doubt you. But that's what you said last time also. Yeah, Swami, but you understand, this is a real doubt. Okay, now go to sleep, we'll see. No, we'll see, Swami, you should come and take. You go to sleep, we'll see. Because I don't know what he's going to do tomorrow. So I have to tell you, go to sleep, we'll see. And I went to bed. And the next day morning, I got line number 2 or 3 from the student side. And everybody rushes to the hot spots where Swami will come and there's a chance. And this is the thing, we make mental maps and hot spots for Swami also. High chance of Vibhuti here, no chance of him coming here, all this. That is our human nature. Despite knowing everything about him, we make these. We try to see a pattern in his movements also. So I went to a spot where he never goes because nobody will be sitting there. One spot at a time. Because he has to take my letter secretly. So I sat there. And that day Swami comes for darshan. He comes walking. And he's headed straight to me. I am just not able to believe it. I'm like, Swami. From there he has to take a right. But instead of taking a right, he comes straight. I'm like, Swami, you're coming in. Oh, wow. And everybody is also, these are all the last line guys, who have given up like, we just sit and we're going to see the Nataraj pencil and go today. Those are the guys who are here, hopeless guys. And they're like, he's coming. Oh. My heart is getting faster and faster and faster because I know he's coming only for me. It's only for me. You guys are special. You're getting blessed. He's actually coming for me and you happen to be near me. And he comes to me, comes close. My heart is now in my mouth and I'm holding out my letter. And he just turns. And swallowed back my heart. It's back. And the letter is in my hand. And Swami goes a little ahead and I'm disappointed, so I just look down. And when he's standing there, he stops. So now Swami's back is facing me. Both sides of the path there are students who are sitting and Swami is standing there and talking to someone. And when Swami is standing right next to you, everybody is looking up at Swami's face. So everybody is looking up to him. I'm the only one who is looking down because I'm depressed. Not depressed, but yeah, I'm very sad and all these months I've been doing imagination, wasting my time, fantasy. But Swami is still continuing to stand there. I'm telling this to you in slow motion, of course, because thoughts go so fast. So I'm slowly started looking at Swami's feet. Then my eyes came up to behind his knees, then up. And behind his back, Swami was standing. He had held his hands like that. He had tied his hands behind and he was talking. Hands are empty because, he doesn't take letters from the student side. So he's standing and he's talking. And when my eyes reached his hands, I saw him do this. Now I don't know whether he's simply wriggling his fingers or he's doing it in the beat for the bhajan or he's asking my letter. So I just looked at the others. Nobody has letter because they have given up. Till Swami, when he starts taking, we'll again. When the market falls, nobody invests, and when it starts rising, we'll invest again. No use taking letters. Once Swami starts taking, we'll all write again letters like that. So nobody has letters. I'm trying to just look at anybody like, do you think like he's asking my letter? But nobody is looking at my eye level because all are sitting like this. And Swami is standing and talking. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's asking the letter. And I just picked the letter and just inserted it between his two fingers. At the moment that paper touched skin, Swami takes his hand front and holds it front and continues to talk. The letter is gone. And I'm like, at that time the guy who was next to me like this, he looked at it. Like, what happened? No, I can't tell you. I can't tell you, right? I think they thought, like somebody slipped in a few cubes of ice into my pants or something like that. And that's it. He has taken the letter. It's front. He's covered it in his hand. And he just walked. And he just walked. At that moment, right, I sat there. It was such a joy and such a relief. Swami, it's not imagination. Swami, it's true. And from inside he's telling, I told you it's true. You don't believe me only. You believe only that other guy. Yeah, Swami. Now I'll never doubt you, Swami. I know that when I'm speaking to you, even if I can't hear you, I know you can hear me. And as if to reinforce this message, right? To reinforce this message, several years later, Professor K. Anil Kumar, Prithiventi Anil Kumar, not the translator Anil Kumar. This Anil Kumar sir was a chemistry lecturer. And he one day shared a beautiful experience. He said in the 1980s, I think it is the 1980s, Swami would call the students in between the darshan and bhajan sessions, especially during the vacations. Again, why during vacations? Because all the students have gone home. These students have chosen to stay back, sacrificing the joys at home, giving up the novels, the video games that they can possibly play at home and saying, Swami will stay for you. Swami would say, Na karmana, na prajaya, dhanena tyage naike amrutatva manushu. Na karmana, not your glorious deeds. Na prajaya, not your influence. Dhanena, not your wealth. Tyage naike, only through sacrifice can you get immortality. Only through sacrifice you can get God. Very clearly evident, even if you do a statistical chart, Swami favors the students who stayed back during vacations. So during vacations, he'll call them in for an interview. And when he called them in, he began to tell them how bhajans should be sung. He was saying, you sing the bhajan, Chitta chora yashoda ke bal, Navanita chora gopal, 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 Govardhana Dhara Gopal. Swami said, when you say Gopal, feel the love of Gopal. You guys don't even know the feeling of the love of a go, Swami said. Go means cow. Gopal means cow herd. Swami said, you don't even know the love of a cow. Do you know the cow is a vegetarian? But when it gives birth to a calf, it will eat the placenta and all the meat covering of the calf, so that the calf can breathe. That is the love of a cow. And you don't understand that. Where will you understand the love of Gopal? But when you sing that bhajan, you should feel the love of Gopal. Then God will come to you. So Anil Kumar sir, who heard this, he decided that I'm going to sincerely try and practice this. So one day during bhajans, Swami gets up from the chair, summons his car and goes out for a drive. And Anil Kumar sir is now, no Swami, right? So he closes his eyes. And in his mind's eye, Swami is back on the chair there. So he has got Swami. Swami is swinging. Ghana ghana neela badana ati sundara megha shamala madhava murahara. He's thinking. And with each bhajan's rhythm, he is imagining Swami swinging. And Sai hai jivan, jivan Sathya Sai. And Swami gets up and walks towards him in his imagination. साई मेरा जीवन सहारा, साई है जीवन, जीवन सत्य साई. He's seeing Swami come to him. Such a beautiful, it means Sai is my life is Sai. And Swami is coming, walking, standing in front of him. I don't know if this is exactly the bhajan. This is my own interpretation. I don't know which bhajan was being sung back then. But whichever bhajan is being sung, he is imagining Swami coming and enjoying, and he is enjoying darshan. The joy that he is feeling is as real as any other joy. And Swami is standing right before him, swinging and swinging, and he is feeling so happy. At that time, Sai Ram, somebody's praying. Oh, these Sai Ram patterns, right? Like, so he's just trying to ignore it, hoping that it doesn't break his bliss. So he just pushes off that hand and he continues. Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Whoa, he opens his eyes, and there in front of him, he has not realized Swami has returned, got down from the car, and instead of going to the bhajan hall, has come straight in front of him. And in the same image that he had in his mind of Swami standing, hands tied behind and swinging, right? Swami is standing before him and swinging. And oh, he is just thrilled. He is just thrilled. And then Swami bends towards him and tells him, inside Swami, outside Swami, same. Inside Swami, outside Swami is same. So when we ask, what now when Swami is physically not there, nothing has changed. That yearning, that pining, that craving is there, he will respond. So many stories I can share. 100% he will respond. But you know what? If I come and tell you that yesterday at Aunt Saraswati's place, I ate lovely potato and peas curry, soft, buttery, velvety rotis, fragrant rice, your hunger will not get fulfilled. In fact, if you are hungry, you will get agitated. That is what these experiences, narration should do. It should not satiate us. It should make us yearn for, I also want to have this experience. Because it will come. And then alone can the hunger be satiated. We can't. Reading others' experiences can only be an inspiration. Listening to satsangs can be an inspiration and a motivation. But the joy we will experience only when we experience this, when we partake it and when we get that joy. And that is possible even to this day because the Lord is not restricted to a name and a form. Reminds me of the experience of one of my juniors. Swami had given us the opportunity to put up small, what we would call street plays in his presence. The students are sitting in the first line, Swami is sitting on the stage. There's about 5 feet or 10 feet gap. There we will come and make some presentation. It will be a mix of drama, some skits, some singing, some talking, and it will be a full, what we call as a khichdi program. Khichdi is an Indian dish where you add rice, dal and vegetables, everything, and just cook it one shot it is. It is neither a rice, neither a dal, neither a sabji, it is everything. So like that, this program is neither a skit nor a music program, nothing. So we call it street play. So in that street play, there was one small part. Again, I will not go into the details of the story of Raja Parikshit. Basically, he is very thirsty. He comes and says, I'm thirsty. And he sees there's a sage who is sitting there. He says, can you give me some water? Can you give me some water? This is what satsang does, When I speak of water, suddenly I realize I need water. When we speak about Swami, in our heart, suddenly we feel like we need Swami here. We need Swami. We mistook this for wealth. We mistook that we think we want to settle in this. No. What we want is actually Swami. That is why we should do satsang. Just speaking about water makes me yearn for water and gets me water also. Listening to Swami will make us yearn for Swami and get us Swami also. So this guy had to come and tell that I'm thirsty, and hey sage, can you get me some water? He's lost in meditation. So he's very upset with the sage. He sees a dead snake, he puts it around his neck and walks away. This part, this boy had to do. So he has to come saying, thirsty, I'm so thirsty. And hey, can you get me some water? Put snake, go away. 1 minute maximum, that is. 45 seconds maybe. And when we are practicing this rehearsal, we would have only 2-3 days for the rehearsals. This boy is not able to get that right at all. Simple role, but not able to do it. So we told him, don't mind, let somebody else do it, don't worry. He said, no, please, one more chance. One more chance again. Like all other rehearsals, we have done it only once because it's all good, all good. This one scene, we have rehearsed it thrice and it's still not coming out good. So just leave it. No, please, one more. Tomorrow evening is the program. No, tomorrow morning We thought, okay, fine, we'll give him a chance till tomorrow morning because big deal, it's such a small role. Even tomorrow evening, before going to Mandir, we can replace him. Right? Anybody can do it. Thirsty, put snake and go. A rubber snake. Yeah, not real snake. So, and there, before going to Mandir, this guy comes and he did a decent job. Oh, thirsty. Oh, very nice. Okay, good. Very nice. Fine. Okay, man. You only do it. Great. Thank you. Okay. And then we put up this program in front of Swami. It was about 35 minutes, 40 minutes, in which 35 seconds, 40 seconds, this guy did his thirsty snake. And he did it good. He did it nice. And I'm telling this specifically because having known what he was doing, it is good. Otherwise, anybody in the audience, nobody would have noticed him only because he's just one small role. At the end of the drama, Swami looks out to this boy. Come here. Waves his hand, materializes a gold ring with an emerald in it. Very good. And puts it to his hand. I was like, what is this? So many heroes are there. So many villains are there. This guy is a nobody. He's a nobody. Later we get to know that this guy got very worried that he is losing his chance to perform in front of Swami. The reason why he did that role of being thirsty so well is because from that previous evening till the next evening, this fellow just didn't drink water at all. 24 hours he has not drunk water. And so when he came there and said, I'm thirsty, he didn't have to act. None of us knew. He knew. And that's why at the end of the drama, though the applause was for somebody else, the ring went onto his finger. And this is the beautiful advantage that we have got when it comes to the Lord. That the Lord sees efforts, not the result. That is why we got a chance to put up a program in front of Swami. There are Bharat Ratnas who will come and sing for Swami. Bharat Ratna is the highest civilian award in India. So many musicians have got it. M.S. Subbalakshmi. Such awarded, such decorated musicians have come and performed, and we have also performed. Because as long as we have given our 100% and they are giving their 100%, they're equal in the eyes of the Lord. Effort is what matters, and that is what we should start putting. Efforts and yearning. I'll conclude with one, because I already see 1 hour is almost up. One episode where Swami came and he's asking the marks of different students. And there was this boy who got up and said he got whatever, 94 or 95, and Swami said, should study harder, get more. See, Swami is perfectionist, we are all thinking. And then Swami picks up another boy. You, how much you got? Oh, who is it? Oh God, this fellow is a weak fellow. Swami, if you are not happy with 95, you are going to get a heart attack now. How much? This boy himself knows his marks. So he says, Swami says, how much? Swami says, how much? 65. Very good. Swami, it is marks, not rank. 65 is not higher than 94. Very good. And Swami, then you get to know, later on, this boy has been failing struggling to get 40, puts in extra efforts, studies day in and day out, and raises himself from 40 levels to 65 levels. This guy is a brilliant guy. Little effort he puts, he can get full marks. But he says, why do I need to do? I'll just while away my time. Anyway, I'm going to be the topper. Right? And because of his casual attitude, he has got 95. Swami says, no. Because I don't care whether you got 95 or 65. What I care is, did you put 100% efforts? If you put 100% efforts, I'm happy. I respond. If you don't put, I'm not happy. That should be a reason for great rejoicing for all of us, because our Lord looks at the efforts. And all of us, irrespective of our physical abilities, mental abilities, or any other abilities, we have the ability to give our 100%. The question is, will we give our 100% for Swami in exchange for an endless cosmic empire of infinite bliss? Or will we just while away behind mere trinkets and trivialities of the world? I pray to Swami that we have the wisdom to always seek the ultimate. If not, keep our mouth shut, knowing that the Lord knows what is the best for us. Dear Swami, may the love that we have for you in our hearts keep growing stronger every passing moment. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.